Today, in the media conference with Lal Goyal, which is brought to you by V4 News, Karu News, V4 Stream, Malnadu TV India, News Gaon Se, Samvad Sarokar News, Bharat Post News, Gyan, and Organ Donation India Foundation. Our endeavor is to enlighten you with the current topic, but today's topic is not only current, but it is very, very relevant. And the topic is Housewife An Easy Job. Housewife is a married woman whose main occupation is caring for her family, managing household affairs, and doing housework. A housewife, also known as a homemaker, is a woman who is caring for her children, buying, cooking, and storing food for the family, buying goods that the family needs for everyday life, housekeeping, cleaning and maintaining the home, and making, buying, and or mending clothes for the family, and who is not employed outside the home, a career woman. A housewife who has children may be called a stay-at-home mother or mom. Women have been running homes since the dawn of recorded history. But while conservatives like to represent motherhood as the most important role for women, it is less than 100 years since people started treating motherhood like a full-time occupation. When you look at the history of the housewife, it is actually a fairly modern idea to insist that one woman do all the cleaning, cooking, and childcare. Most housewives are undervalued by their partners and by society at large. Across the world, women who stay home are now known to be old-fashioned and an economic burden to the society. Their daily chores, cleaning, cooking, and raising their children are neglected on national level. Our mothers, sisters, and daughters, all those who are housewives, act as a sponge to soak all the tensions and problems to create our homes a safe haven. It is wrong of us to look at the housewives as lazy, unaware of the social world, and degrading them for the immense amount of work they perform from just the four walls of our homes. Housewife is not even considered a job, but a responsibility of every woman out there. It seems quite easy as it is supposed to entail no traveling, no hard work, no deadlines, no pressure, no boss, no politics involved. Not really. Being a housewife is the toughest job ever. India's 160 million homemakers or housewives spend 297 minutes a day doing domestic work compared to 31 minutes by men. And to discuss this very, very important topic, housewife and easy job, we have a very elite, knowledgeable, and those who are because all women, I must say, are housewives, whether they are even a career woman, they act, rather they have a dual responsibility. They also work as a housewife and this thing, but they all are knowledgeable. They know what is the situation. Either they themselves are housewives direct whole time, or they have seen their mothers or grandmothers or their mother-in-laws, those who are working as a housewife. So I would like to call upon my first panelist guest, and she is Dr. Urvashi Mittal. Dr. Urvashi Mittal is the District Vice Chairman, Inner Wheels 301. Dr. Mittal did MMS, Master of Management Studies from BITS Pilani in 1986 and completed CFA in 1990 with a silver medal. She was conferred with Honorary Doctor of Philosophy in Management and Social Service by California Public University, USA. Recently, she was awarded with Reputed Certificate of Excellence 2018 Woman of the Year, DIONISIO, Dionisio United Award, New York, USA. With the aim to serve society, she joined Inner Wheel in 2008-9 and is currently serving as District Vice Chairperson and going to take over as the Chairperson or the Chairman in the current year from 1st July 2023. Inner Wheel is world's largest women voluntary service organization present in 104 countries, having its representative in United Nations also. She received many awards within Inner Wheels, such as Outstanding President, Brand Ambassador, Editor's Choice Award, etc. She introduced many new concepts of social service for which she received several awards, few of them like Honda Superstar Award for Excellence, Award for Social Work by NGO, Social Umbrella and Deepanjan Trust, Lions Club Award, Anchor Media Group Award, Award for Peace by Muni Don, renowned Hollywood celebrity coach. She is associated with a number of other social organizations such as FICCI Ladies Organization, Breast Kala Kendra, ISKCON, DCT and Zena World, etc. She appeared several times on Aaj Tak, CNBC, Z Regional, DD News, MH1, India News, Janta TV, Total News, JK News, as well as on print media, as well as on media conference with Lal Goyal. Welcome, Dr. Urvashi Mittal on our show. Before I will take your views, I have views from our viewers, their opinion. And the first opinion is from Professor Dr. R.K. Arya. He is the Professor of International Economics at Manav Rachna International Institute of Research and Studies, Faridabad. And his view is, housewife is perhaps a compulsion, particularly for educated women. Let us for a while consider the case of USA. Everything is mechanized and each member in the family is expected to contribute for his or her needed services. But in India, which is predominantly a patriarchal society, women, even though in some cases can earn handsome amount, but women are simply asked to direct multiple servants and maid to get best housekeeping. Women have their hobbies in this case, but in middle class, women are forced to work for money as well as perform as housewives. Unless India adopts mechanization, the fate of women will be sordid. These were the views of Professor Dr. R.K. Arya, who is the Professor of International Economics at Manav Rachna International Institute of Research and Studies, Faridabad. We have one more view. This view is from Miss Seema Manish Murarka. She is a Special Executive Officer and renowned social worker from Mumbai. And her view is, being a housewife is a difficult one. The job in which mistake is not allowed and credit is zero. Housewife never get a recognition in society because she is only a housewife, not a paid professional once. So for me, housewife is the most dignified women in the world. These are the views of Miss Seema Manish Murarka, SEO and renowned social worker, Mumbai. And these are the views which two of our viewers have sent. Welcome, Dr. Urvashi Mittal. Now you have heard the views of two of our prominent viewers, as well as being a social worker. And you are doing so much social work. You are also a housewife, I must say, because your profile is not saying that you are employed anywhere, except you are doing the social work. So I would like to know from you your views on this today's very, very important topic, and that is the housewife an easy job. Dr. Urvashi Mittal, please.
Hare Krishna, warm inaugural greetings, Lal sir and my fellow panelists. Before I go further, I heard the views of eminent people who are well established in their fields. I would like to give one quote. It's better to live your own destiny imperfectly than to live in an imitation of somebody else's life with perfection. And वो संस्कारी थी जब तक सहती रही, बदतमीज हो गई जब बोल पड़ी. So well, sir, we say in maths 2 + 2 is always 4, but there are other things where there's no such formula. It's all on your feelings and all on your mental state. So the work of a housewife is something like that, which is very much like, you can't measure it in quantity. And again, when we saw the topic, I was so happy and I wanted to request you, sir, you please enlarge the focus and include the ladies associated with NGOs also. So thank you for saying that. And I request you to take it up later. We'll come to housewife now. Though you did say it, but when I read the topic, housewife an easy job. So then I thought, what is job? You said, I'd like to say it again, because repeated hammering affects the work that you do regularly to earn money. What is housewife? A woman who does not have a job outside the home and who spends her life, who spends her time looking after the family members. She's housewife. She does so much of work and does not earn anything. So to sort it out, on January 22nd, Supreme Court said while giving the ruling on an accident case that the value of a woman's work at home was no less than that of her office-going husband. The ruling by Supreme Court pointed out that according to the 2011 census, which even you said, 160 million women stated household work their main occupation as compared to only about 8 million men. It further said that household work is no mean feat, and fixing national income for a non-earning homemaker is a step towards constitutional vision of social equality and dignity. But we all know, despite this, housewives remain the same. So, they are not respected. But the topic, I want to applaud you here again because you took it up, because it's happening every other day. But when we see something repeatedly, when we see what we hear, that shapes up our mind and subsequent actions. Homes shape up our children who become our future civilians, and they shape up nation, society, culture, and world. So thank you, sir, for taking this topic up. Now, housewife job is an easy job. Let me ask you one thing at this point. Easy and the opposite word, difficult. Are there some standard that this is easy and this is difficult? What is easy for me could not be easy for you, will not be easy for you. What is difficult for me will be like very easy for you. You will just do it at the twist of a finger. So the thing is, it's a very relative term, you know. Like, I'll give you my example. It's not that I did not try to learn. I tried to learn. Despite being born in a affluent family, having all good stuff, I did try to learn how to make puris, how to stitch clothes, but I failed badly. Every time I will sit and think, I said, come on, why do I not have that? My mother does it flawlessly. Even she was born with a silver spoon in her mouth, but she does it so flawlessly. Being her daughter, is it not a shame on me? I again tried to learn, but I failed badly. So basically, there are some things which you are born with, and there are some things you acquire later. But we all must have heard here, we can make a ghoda a better ghoda, but we cannot make a gadha a ghoda. हम गधे को घोड़ा नहीं बना सकते, हम घोड़े को better घोड़ा बना सकते हैं. So there are few things that you are born with. That is your intrinsic quality. You can further sharpen, you can further hone your skills. You can become better at that if you have the means, resources, and if you are trained, if you are blessed enough to get an opportunity into that field. So for housewives, like, you know, and again, sir, I said it's housewife. People think housewife, being a housewife, like, you know, you look after the house. They put the entire thing as one unit. House, you just have to look after house, but you have to further segment cleaning, cooking, washing. I'm talking about the middle class ladies. Okay, they do everything by themselves, and even their household chores, which is supposed to be taking care of house, they're supposed to go out multiple times in the day. They will go out to drop their kids to school. They'll go out of their house to take their kids back from school. They'll go out of the house to give the clothes for stitching, to procure groceries. So when we say it is the job confined within the four walls of a house, it is not so. They have to interact. They have to go out. Secondly, I just derailed. So the thing is, sir, they say it is easy because they treat the entire thing as one unit. Now, when it comes to working women, they are anyway, like, you know, they are treated as they are dealing with two units, one house and one their job. Now, sir, here the difference which is in the perception is you are doing comparatively easy job because you are taking care of one unit and they are doing two things. We do not want to compare at all because I want to give highest respect to all other women folk. You know, whatever they are doing, I wish them luck. I bless them, and I say they should be best at that, and they should be doing it to the best of their capability, and they must be given full respect, dignity, and honor for that. But if someone looks down upon me, that is not fair. So how is it one unit, and how are there two units? Now the thing is, this lady or the men, when they're dealing with two units, they get away with it easily. Come on, they're doing this also now. So if they do something substandard, that is appreciated, that goes unnoticed, and they still have the sympathies and all the positive vibes of everyone around. This lady who's confined herself, who's dedicated herself to looking after her family, even if she's highly educated, even if whatever, everything she has in the world, she has it going, still she falls back, still she rolls back, and she said, it's my children, my family, who is my first priority. So the thing is, because they say it's one unit, so she has to be best at that. Now, at this point, my question to my panelists and to the audience, had it been interactive, I'm sure they would have answered before me. their husbands or the other ladies who are going out and working, have they been able to beg the best job as per their qualifications? If not, then whatever job they have, are they best at that? Have they never felt frustration? Have they do they always get admiration? Do they always do everything to the best of their qualities, their degrees, their capabilities? No, even they are substandard. Normally, everyone is frustrated in their life. I could have got this, but I did not do this. I could have done this, I did this, but I did not get appreciation. So these frustrated men, now here I'll talk about the husbands, these frustrated men who are not at their best post. And even if they are best post, they are not been able to do their best. When they come back, they make their wives frustrated. You did not do this, you did not do that. This should have been done like that because this was all that you should have done. So what I believe, sir, when you take up topics like this, housewife, is it an easy job? I will say, even if it is easy for someone, even if it is easy, there are so many things. And again, she's a housewife, she's a mom, she's not a super housewife or a super mom. You cannot expect her to excel at every post, at everything, at every day, at every second, 24/7. She's there. So somewhere or the other, she needs that, she demands that respect, that honor, which you should give her as a human being. So while with full regard to Supreme Court, because this is the ruling which even you talked about. So this is my request to all my viewers, to my panelists who are all here, the women. I would have appreciated, sir, had you put a man here. I would have loved to see whether he has any different views or he agrees with us all, because normally any topic given by you, maybe we differ in our views, maybe we differ, but I'm sure on these views, all of us will be together, the working woman or the non-working woman, because the job of a housewife is not easy. And when Mr. Manav Arya in the beginning, he talked about the West, I will just say one thing: grass is always greener on the other side. I do not want to live my life in comparison. I'm good with what I have. I like to make the most of it. I like to make the best of it. It's okay, whatever they do, that is as per their environment, their society. It's evolved like that. If we will take years to evolve, of course, we have to take the first step. But even they are not the best. Even they have their frustrations, their grudges, their loopholes. So what I will say it, we will become the best when instead of emulating someone else, we evolve the best way. We make our own environment. And what is that? We give respect to others for what they are doing. When we sit alone, it's again that meditation, the spirituality, the moment we start attaching that importance, that honor to someone who are doing anything for us, then the society is like a heaven. Even West, it's not 100% fully safe, because I say at times, we have our friends, we interact, all my daughters, they are up there only. Somehow I feel, is it like a family? Is it like, are they actual husband, wife? Can they confide like that? They have separate accounts. It's my account, it's your account, me, mine. So I believe I do not endorse that. I find this system much better. Again, I am, despite my all resistance, I'm falling into comparison. So I do not want to fall into comparison. What Duarte is saying, what they are doing, best, it suits them. What we are doing here, it suits us. So I want it to be a close-knit family where the man understands woman, the woman understands man, and the children understand each other, and they attach due regard and respect to each other. So on the topic, coming back to the topic, I don't know how much time I've taken. I'll just say, housewife, an easy job. It is not. And supposing if you talk of the affluent class, they are fully staffed. Sir, it's not easy managing this staff, because ultimately you have to be guiding them, giving them instructions, because again, they keep forgetting. Then you can't say, I had told him this, he forgot, because it's your responsibility. Even if you have staff to do that, you are answerable that the things are done on time. So whether you do it by yourself or you get it done, you are there. Sir, I do not get paid, as you just said. I'm a working woman, but I do not get paid. I do not earn. Rather, I put in money from one side because I want to do good to society. So I do not earn. I have to be best here. I have to be best there. I have taken a post. I have to be best. I cannot be absent. And I want my family to understand. And I'm blessed. I feel I'm blessed. My husband understands. My daughters understand that I have a responsibility. And even if I don't earn, I cannot give it a miss. I cannot be absent. I have to be there. Then only the things will start. So I expect and I request and I urge everyone to be understanding the same way, and to attach that importance and to give that space. And yes, I will say on one thing, I did take my time to come to this position. you just said, which Pilani and then CFA and then honorary doctor. Sir, I waited till my daughters were grown up, and then God opened this opportunity, and now I'm all out. Now they understand what I'm doing. Then I understood what they were doing, and I put myself at a second position. And trust me, I was enjoying doing what I was enjoying even then. Not even for a single moment I thought I'm sacrificing my career, because the moment you attach sacrifice word to it, it's gone. It's zero. It's not a family. You are obliging them. In a family, there's no obligation. I did that happily. So I'll rest my pace here. Thank you, sir. It's not an easy job. It's difficult, but it is in mindset. Everyone must understand. And thank you, Rukhsana ji, for clapping it out. Love you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Urvashi Mittal. And according to Dr. Urvashi Mittal, it's not an easy job. It's a very, very difficult, tough job. But it all depends how you see to it. And she said, the green is always greener, grass is always greener the other side. But and she has made her point very, very clear. One should not consider that affluent class or the middle class or the low middle class, that the job is job, whether she is a housewife, and one has to. Thank you very much, Dr. Urvashi Mittal. And as you mentioned that I have not put a man in the panel, yes, don't worry, I will be asking some difficult questions, so you will not feel the vacuum of a man in this panel. Thank you very much. Now, I would like to invite my next panelist guest, and she is Dr. Rukhsana Hasan. Dr. Rukhsana Hasan is a renowned psychologist, trainer, coach, motivational speaker, a special educator for early childhood education and development, a specialized counselor for the drug abusers and alcoholic with an experience of 28 years in rehabilitation center. She holds a PhD in social work and humanity from USA. She is postgraduate in Master of Arts from Mysore University, postgraduate in diabetic. Sorry, yeah. Okay. She holds a PhD in social work and humanity from USA. She is postgraduate in Master of Arts from Mysore University, postgraduate in diabetic health educator from St. John's, Bangalore, and postgraduate in human rights, New Delhi. Her second PhD from Mother Teresa University in counseling psychology. Presently, she is doing her third PhD in applied sciences from Rajasthan University. She completed her research in a project about CSW in Bangalore city under Women and Child Development Government of Karnataka. She has done research about addictive personality, child's development psychology, CDP. It was done with the Children of Observation Home Boys Government of Karnataka. For the outstanding service towards humanity, she was awarded Indra Priyadarshini Award. She is the nominee of Kittur Rani Chennamma Government of Karnataka as the best social worker. She was awarded by Art Mantram, Bangalore for Go Green Bangalore. She won Women's Achievers Award of N. Harris Foundation, Bangalore. She has presented her papers at many international conferences at Turkey, Istanbul University, and Egypt, trained teachers in Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, Hyderabad, Pune, and all over Karnataka. She was the counselor in charge of Karnataka State Counseling Center as an advisor for the Karnataka State Minority Commission 2011 to 12, and also has designed pilot projects for the Government of India and Government of Karnataka. She is the founder chairperson of the first rehabilitation center. She is the first minority woman in India to have started such a unique, challenging program. She designed mobile computer and training units with the help of Ministry of Labor, which benefits for the minority girls who are denied education for various reasons. Her title is Smiley Girl of the Town. She builds a new dawn in the darkest dusk just with a positive smile. Welcome, Dr. Rukhsana Hasan, on our show. But before I will come to you, I have some opinions from our viewers. First opinion is from Dr. K. Niranjan. He is the professor at Mari Lakshman Reddy Institute of Technology and Management, Hyderabad. And his view is Housewife An Easy Job. Spends quality of life, control of an angry, and take her own time in doing. Have power of understanding, sympathetic towards members of family as well as servants. This was the view of Dr. K. Niranjan, Professor, Mari Lakshman Reddy Institute of Technology and Management, Hyderabad. One more view is from Rotarian Ritika Gupta. She is the CEO of Ma Saraswati Hospital, Mathura. Her view is there is a very skewed mindset of most of the people of our country with regards to a homemaker. They consider it to be a petty job which does not require any skill set, and the fact that we get house helps available readily at very low prices, all the more affirms it. However, it was not an easy job. It is not an easy job and it never will be. It requires the dedication of a person to think of others before themselves. It requires them to make a choice to give up their careers, dreams, and take up being a housewife as their full-time job. And we still think or of it as an easy job. This was the view of Rotarian Ritika Gupta, who is the CEO of Masters of Gospel, Mathura. Dr. Ruxana Hassan, you have heard the view of Dr. Urvashi Mittal as well as the views of our viewers, opinions of our viewers. You being yourself as a social worker with so many degrees under your belt, and you are working day and night for the drug abuses. So basically, you are not also a working woman in a, or you can say someone who is getting salary from somewhere. You are working as a social worker and definitely a homemaker or a housewife also. We would like to know from you on a very, very interesting and a relevant topic, Housewife An Easy Job. Dr. Ruxana Hassan, please.
A very good morning to you all. Welcome to Media Conference with Lal Goyal. It was really a bombarding session with Dr. Urvashi Mittal. I just enjoyed the whole, every word what she said. And she was very, very clear and she balanced it in a very nice way. Dr. Sir, you said the housewife job is a very easy job. I think you have never entered kitchen. That's the only thing I can tell. And whatever Rotarian madam she has said, housewife job is easy because it is not paid. Unless and until you don't pay, you will not know what is the value. And each one of us think that, the housewife job is an easy job. Yes, it is an easy job. You don't clean your toilet for 10 days. You don't wash your utensils for 2 days. You ask a working mother who has to do all this, what she has to pay for all these things. So it is easy for any one of us, to sit and talk and tell, okay, this is what it is. But the moment you work out, you go out, you do things on your own, only then you will understand what exactly is this. Of course, when I got married, I was so excited that, that I just have to sit at home and I just have to do the housework. And my in-laws' house is a very small house with a huge 5 rooms, 3 big halls and a big lawn. In the whole house was laid in 1 acre and everything we had to do ourselves. Only then I understood what was housework. Until then, it was just, Mummy, ye lao, Mummy, wo lao, Mummy, chai lao, Mummy. This was the thing. We never understand unless and until we be there. And now there are 2 challenges for a woman. As in, there are 2 P's. I'll always say it is 2 P's. One is your personal, one is your professional. So both the P's, if it is P and P, it will look out. You just have to make 1 P and see that the other P looks into it. So you have to know what is your role as in working mother or as in working housewife, or what is your role as a housewife. Working wife and a housewife, 2 different things. Okay, so it was not an easy thing that, सब लोग हम लोग को देखते हैं, वो इतना अच्छा से जाते, इतनी बड़ी गाड़ी में आते, इतना बड़ा फोन पकड़ा है, इतने बड़े-बड़े contacts. It is not so easy. As Dr. Urvashi Mittal was telling, that whatever she has done, she enjoyed every minute. Because of the enjoyment, because of the balance we are able to do. It is not that, we are not going to listen anything from our in-laws, from our children, because we are taking their time. We are taking their time, and that is the reason we have to do. You ask a single mother, what is the pain what she undergoes. You ask a single lady who has to take in, no doubt she's not a housewife. She may just be a spinster and she's there at home, whereas she has to take care of herself plus her housework. So what is the difference between those things? So some of us work for the sake of need. Some of us work for the sake of pleasure. So in pleasure, we find that pain. Because of that pain, because God has given us everything, that's the reason we go in search of work and then we do the work. That's a different thing. Okay, when I don't do also, tomorrow if I say, no, I'm not going to do anything, or Urvashi Mittal says, I don't want to do anything, I just want to sit at home and relax, she has absolutely no obligations. She has absolutely no responsibilities. Ki, main breadwinner banu, then I have to bring this money, and then I have to get the thing. This is entirely a different concept. And not every person will understand the pain what such, especially the middle class women. And the people, sir, whoever has given this opinion as, housewife is an easy job, please look at them, the way they carry themselves in the local trains, in the local buses. What is the humiliation they undergo? What is the touching? Still they keep quiet. Not that they are not able to tell, not that they are not able to raise a voice. It is just she doesn't want to. Pehle hi mujhe kaam par nahi jaane de rahe the. When I go and tell all these things, definitely they'll say, tum kaam par mat jao. What is it? My children have to suffer. My husband has to work more. My in-laws, because it is not just as an housewife or working women. It depends the entire jo hierarchy hote hai na, mother-in-law, father-in-law, sister-in-law, brother, all the things will come. Sab ek, the bead in one thread. It is one thread, but all the different beads, we have to take care of them. And it is impossible for any one of us to sit and say the other side of the grass is green. Walk to that grass and see how many stones and how many thorns are there. So anybody, especially, I don't think so, even today, men, as I see the men, men also work a lot. Whereas if I compare my dad, I think my dad has never entered the kitchen. He has never carried a glass or put on a dining table or in the kitchen. My dad has never done that. But whereas when I compare my husband, he knows that I'm tired. I have come back after traveling or thing. He comes, he cuts onions, he washes, everything he does. At the same time, even my children, comparative to whatever before 30 years men were. And now if you compare, there is a lot of difference. But today there are some men. As Urvashi Mittal was telling, there is no man. I think for us, one man like Lal Goyal is more than enough who analyze what are things, what is kitchen, what is water, what is food, and everything. I think we can throw questions to him. So having that, it is not that, the people who are still talking that housework, the house job is an easy job. Please tell your wife, this is for the mass, what I'm telling, who are telling that house job. Yes, housework is an easy work unless and until you don't pay. When the cook comes, she'll ask, Madam, 5 chapati banana hai ya 10 chapati banana hai? 10 chapati banane ka 100 rupees lagega, 5 chapati banane ka 50 rupees lagega. वो चपाती का आप हिसाब डाल लो. अगर मैं घर में अगर 3 टॉयलेट्स हैं तो कितना टॉयलेट्स करना है? अगर 2 टॉयलेट क्लीन करती हूँ तो मुझे 1000 रुपए महीना लगेगा. अगर 2 करती हूँ तो 1500 लगेगा. So please calculate that. एक कपड़ा अगर धोना रहा तो 5 रुपए लगेगा. अगर 10 कपड़ा धोना रहा तो 40 रुपए में करूँ. Please calculate that. Otherwise, please be so kind enough to give 5 days, just 5 days holiday, and tell your wife you go on a holiday and you come back. And you take care of the children, take care of your mother, take care of everything. And then you tell house job is, I will assure you, I will come and pay you. Whatever you are telling, I will pay you 10 times more than that. So it is not an easy thing. When you really take a toilet brush, go to the toilet, wash the toilet, only then you'll know what is humiliation. But still we all do it, when we go inside the toilet, we go with a grumpy face. When we come back, we have all smiles. Because we can't buy so much of stress and plus do this job. So that's the reason the women are so happy to do the things. As Urvashi Mittal was telling, it is not in sacrifice. We have done it as our job. We have taken this. We thought that, okay, I will be a part of the family. But there are certain women who have to work. It is a must, they have to work. If there is no work, whatever supply is there, whatever demand is there, there will be no supply. Even if you want to buy 1 liter of milk, 40 rupees is a must. And you can't tell, this is there and that is there. No, this, that, things, all this, abbreviations, you can't use it. The job of a housewife is nothing but an housemaid. She'll be a wife only for some time, but all the time she's just a maid. How much are you paying? Don't pay, at least acknowledge. Arey Baba, you have cleaned the house, let us keep the house clean. Just acknowledge and see what you're going to get. So housewife and working women, there are 2 different variations. What is it? From morning 5 o'clock till 7 o'clock, she will be a housewife. From 7, she leaves home, then she becomes a traveler. She reaches, then she does everything. Okay, theek hai, everything, sadi wadi, sab theek hai. Then she comes and sits as a working woman. Then the whole day, boss, wo nahi kiya, ye nahi kiya, wo challenges, this challenges, so many things. Again, she takes it up because she has made her mind into different positions what she has to. As an housewife, as a traveler, as a working woman, as a boss, as an employee, as a trainee, as a trainer, as a teacher, various things, various things. So these are the two different things what we are talking, and it is a two different thing, either you do it for pleasure or you do it for pain. Both the same. Again, the two pieces, the pain and the pleasure. It is how you take it. That's the reason, now we see so many cases, women after 40, 45, in their perimenopause, in their menopause, or in their abnormal monthly thing. Especially, dear men, you may not understand what a lady goes in every month, her 5 days. In spite of those 5 days, in her red days, still she stays normal. She has hip pain, she has stomach pain, she has mood swing. In spite of all that, still she does all her job. How can anybody say that it is an easy job? Or is it? You just have fever, 1 degree fever. You'll 1 degree more of your temperature. You'll not be a normal person. My head is aching, I'm having a running. In spite of all that, uska haath cut jata hai. She leaves this and she works with this 4 fingers. She lifts this finger and then she works with this. She eats with this 4 fingers, she leaves it because there is a cut. She doesn't say it is cut and she doesn't stop the job. So there is एक बार kitchen में जाओ और अपना हाथ काटो, उसके बाद onion काटो. तब मालूम होता है कि what is a housewife's job. So these are the small things, what we ignore. And this depression takes her to a very large, her health state when she's 40 plus. Whenever there are awareness camps, I always see 40, 45, 50. These are the women who comes up with hip pain, with spine pain, with arthritis, with toe pains, with her leg pain. All this pain she didn't bring when she came from her mother's house. She got all this after she became a housewife. So this is what we are paying back. In other words, if myself and Urvashi Mittal are so happy at this age, still we are working, our family is supporting us so much. Our family is behind us. Our family supports us and says that, yes, there are so many families. तो उसके साथ क्यों बात की? वो तुझे इतने बजे क्यों कॉल किया? तेरा और उसका क्या चक्कर है? This is again the onslaught assassination of her character. Even at that time, she keeps quiet. Sexual harassment at the workplace, sexual harassment, verbal harassment at the home place. It is not 1 or 2 challenges what she is going. If I start telling, there are some 100 challenges like that. But the 2 important thing what I would like to say is the kind of humiliation and harassment what she has at the workplace. Then at the same time, if she's in a joint family, or even if there is some narcissist kind of husband, that is the end of her life. Still she does it. So to conclude, any job as a woman is not an easy job. She makes it easy because you don't pay for it. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Rukhsana Hassan. And Dr. Rukhsana Hassan says, yes, housewife job is very, very easy because you are not making any payment. The day you will start making payment, then you will understand the value of the job, what she is doing. And this is fact also, anyway, because, and that's why I have not kept any man on the panel, because I was knowing that you people are going to bombard all the men false and that they will be feeling frustrated to be on the panel. But the reality is what both the earlier panelists have said. Thank you very much, Dr. Rukhsana Hassan. Definitely, when I will come back, I will ask some question, which might be a difficult one. If you people will give me the time at the end, that is very important. Now, I would like to invite my next panelist guest, and she is Advocate Anita Mahapatra. Advocate Anita Mahapatra is an eminent lawyer and partner in Attorney Alliance law firm based out in Delhi, having more than 24 years of working in various industries and fields, out of which 12 years in the legal field. Being a daughter of an army officer, she had an opportunity to her schooling in various states of India. She was active NCC cadet and marched on Rajpath in the year 1992. She was awarded silver medal in NCC. At present, she is helping most needy women who are the victims at the hands of domestic violence, sexual harassment, rape, molestation, dowry, and property issues by providing free legal services. Apart from her profession, she is an active marathon runner, a fitness freak, a passionate dancer, and theater personality. Welcome, Advocate Anita Mahapatra on our show. But before that, I have to read the views sent by our viewers. The first is from Mr. Dulichand Karel. He is the national president of Bharatiya Swarkar Sangh, and he has sent 2 lines of poem in Hindi. सिया बिना रहे राम अधूरा, सिया बिना कहाँ जीवन पूरा. This is in English. If I will just say, according to him, without the wife, because the Siya means the Sita ji is representing the wife and the Ramchandji is representing the husband. According to Mr. Dulichand Karel, the national president of Bharatiya Swarkar Sangh, without the wife, the husband is not fully full. His life is not complete, and without the wife, the entire life is not complete. So it means that the job of a housewife is very important. The second opinion is come from Mr. Bharat Chauhan. He's the owner of Flora Agencies, Mumbai, and he says, extremely not easy. Housewife job is absolute, thankless, unpaid, and round-the-clock job. However, she is the owner of the house, but actually she is labor of the house. We must respect her values. These are the views of Mr. Bharat Chauhan, owner, Flora Agencies, Mumbai. Welcome, Advocate Anita Mahapatra on our show. You have heard the views of Dr. Urvashi Mittal as well as Dr. Rukhsana Hassan, as well as our viewers. You being a professional, I think I am getting some disturbance from somewhere. Who is okay from your side only? Disturbance is coming. Advocate Anita Mahapatra. You being a professional, you are a very successful advocate, and you are also a housewife. You are doing work which is really remarkable, at least for the women where they are having that domestic violence, apart from sexual harassment. And domestic violence, as one of our panelists says, even the verbal harassment is also comes under domestic violence. We would like to know from you your views on Housewife and Easy Job. Advocate Anita Mahapatra, please. Not clear. No, I think you have to use the headphone if you have, or some problem. Dr. Rukhsana Hassan, can you hear her voice?
No, not clear.
Not clear.
No.
Advocate Anita, I think some problem is there.
Yeah, I can't hear either.
Is it clear? No.
Yes.
Okay. Let me get my earphone.
No. Now it is clear. Now it is clear.
It's clear.
Okay. Better.
Dr. Urvashi Mittal, you should have come earlier. Yes, please go ahead.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, all the viewers. Good morning, my co-panelist. And thank you, Mr. Lal Goel, for giving me this opportunity for speaking on a very, burning topic. And yes, Dr. Urvashi Mittal, Dr. Rukhsana Hassan, I'm really inspired by your thoughts. It's amazing. I'm with you with all your thoughts. So if I talk about this subject, it's a very important subject to know. Even housewives should know what is their importance in family. So when I was too young, say 7-8 years old, at a family gathering, a relative asked me, "So little girl, what do you want to be when you grow up?" I put on a pensive face with brightened eyes and pointed a finger at my mother and squealed, "A housewife." So my mother was a housewife. For a moment, every soul listening to that seemingly was stunned into silence, which was broken only by the laughter of my maternal uncle's wife, my chachi. "Sweet child, that's not a profession. The job of a housewife is hardly a job, it's a duty." So we live in the 21st century. As a country, we proudly highlight our progress by citing the existence of a flourishing female workforce, one that includes highly educated, skilled professionals. Yet we cannot deny the fact that a majority of Indian women still do not go out to work. Instead, they work at home, not from home as entrepreneurs or freelancers, but rather in their houses as housewives. At the core of every family, nuclear or joint, is the housewife. The importance of her physical presence is underscored by the state of inactivity the household comes to when she is not around. She single-handedly runs it, juggling chores such as cooking, washing, cleaning, caretaking with great skill. Emotionally, she holds the family together. She is pillar of support for her husband, a guiding light for her child, and a harbor for the family's elderly. It's though her existence is entirely selfless, always putting the interest of the others over and above her own. There is hardly any difference between the job description of a housewife and that of the CEO, that is Chief Executive Officer of a company. See, while the CEO steers a company forward, the housewife is at the helm of the household. The CEO may work 12 hours a day, taking important decisions in the field of production, sales, finance, human resources. The housewife is just as able an administrator. She, in fact, works round the clock. She also deals with physical, financial, human resources. Her decisions affect the lives of people, well-being of the home. However, the work she does is not quite considered a job. A CEO gets paid in millions while her work it goes unacknowledged. She really even received gratitude, remuneration, then seems like a ridiculous idea. So the patriarchal understanding of the role of a housewife is that her job is a duty. She has to perform these tasks on a daily basis, irrespective of whether she likes it or wants to do it at all. Her job is thankless. But then again, her job is not a job. Her skills are not marketable. She is not the breadwinner of this house. In its blunt interpretation of this metaphor, our male chauvinistic society has failed to realize that while the man may bring home the wheat, it is the woman or the housewife or the house mother who actually makes the roti that he eats out of that wheat. See, I'll tell you, husband travel to office 5 days a week, work from some ransom work person, load himself with deadlines, documents, meetings, late night shifts, get his salary credited every month, and people call him independent. Housewife stays at home, work for the husband and family, cook for them, decide what they should eat, have a control over their health and happiness, take care of the children, monitor their growth, behavior, their education, help them with the study and life, manage the expenses, aesthetics of the house, among other things. People call it being dependent and slavery. You know, the fundamental problem here is people measure being independent with only money. This is what Dr. Ruxana also said. You earn your money, so you are independent. Marriage is all about being interdependent. Husband brings in some value and wife brings in some value to make the marriage beautiful experience for both of them. And this value need not be always money. It could be time, service, management, comfort, etc. You know, there is nothing wrong in being a house husband or housewife as long as the other partner is okay with it. Being independent is just one fancy term. A family, corporation, or any ecosystem thrives because the people inside are interdependent. Imagine when a couple is invited to some place, they need to gift something when they go. Housewife thinks about the occasion and plan a gift to buy. She runs around to purchase that item. She makes every minute count, get the perfect gift ready. But when it gets presented, it's said that particular gift that is bought was given by her husband. Imagine how the housewife will feel. At first, one should think his name or her name, how does it matter? They are one. But when it doesn't happen to a couple, it pricks. I remember one relative this particular question, considering how upfront my friend, after she had run around arranging things for the event, and her husband again was given the credit. Why only him? My friend said, I also had a part in making preparation for this event, but it's his money. Oh my God. She just lost her self-esteem that day. Now see how husband and wife work almost same, every day. Husband wakes up in the morning, gets ready for his office. Wife wakes up in the morning, gets fresh, prepares breakfast, tea for him and their family. Husband does his regular job in his office. Wife does her regular household work, which includes cooking, mopping, washing utensils, taking care of her in-laws and kids. Husband returns tired from office. Wife welcomes him home and offers him a glass of water. Husband gets fresh, then watches news. Wife prepares food for him and the family. After having food, husband returns to whatever he was doing before dinner. Wife cleans the utensils. In short, she works almost every time, no retirement, even after 6 p.m. She tries to keep everyone happy. See, she's also a human. She's bound to make mistakes. She is not a machine. She's bound to get ill. But few people tend to forget it. If she gets ill or commit any mistake, people like husband or in-laws, they will say, तुम करती क्या हो दिन भर में हमेशा कोई ना कोई गलती करती रहती हो, हमेशा बीमार पड़ती रहती हो. So in 1950s, 60s, women were expected to stay at home, and those who wanted to work were often stigmatized. Today, it's mostly the other way around. Across the developed world, women who stay home are increasingly seen as old-fashioned and an economic burden to the society. If their husbands are rich, they are frequently berated for being lazy. Their daily course of cleaning, cooking, raising their children have always been ignored by national accounts. If a man marries his housekeeper and stops paying her for her work, GDP goes down. And if a woman stops nursing and pays formula for her baby, GDP goes up. In a debate that counts women catching up with men in education and labor market in terms of raising productivity and economic growth, stay-at-home moms are valued less than ever. In countries where mothers still struggle to combine career with family and quit work, less out of conviction than out of necessity, they are often doubly punished. In Germany, the biggest economy in Europe, most schools still finish at lunchtime, and full-time nurseries for children under 3 are scarce. Yet in this generation of young mothers, you are more likely to find women saying they are on extended maternity leave or between jobs than admitting they are housewives. I think, according to me, everyone, men and women, should have the freedom to choose their profession. Even Indian Constitution gives liberty to each profession, either to leave home, reach office, sit and work for your boss, or to stay home, work for your husband, kids, elderly people. Choice is yours. No one should interfere. Well, that's a different thing if you choose to be housewife and accidentally become working wife, like it happens with me, or vice versa. When I become housewife, rather, I would call house mother for a day. For example, I'm not going out somewhere for work and I'm at home. I'm loaded with household chores. That day I feel I'm better to be a working mother than be a house mother. Housewife or house mother is tiresome job, not that easy, trust me. And husband is ready to pay 15K bucks to maid for cooking, but if wife asks amount from husband to pay, he will not pay. Well, wife will not ask money. Rather, she is happy with love and gratitude you show to her. She has a big, big heart. She doesn't want anything in monetary in return of her services. She considers these jobs as a duty. What you need to do, a housewife wants nothing more than to be treated with love, respect, gratefulness, and dignity. Her job is perhaps the most magnanimous one in the world. It's time society woke up to her domestic significance. Instead of taking her for granted, she deserves her due, and it's up to us to change regressive mindsets, celebrate her place in the familial ecosystem, and recognize her noble yet silent toil. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Advocate Anita Mahapatra, for giving your views. And Advocate Mahapatra is very, very clear that the job is not easy. It's a very, very tough job. And she has made her points clear. Paucity of time, I will not summarize much. I would like to go for the next panelist because I want to ask questions in the last round. So I do not want that the time will be consumed by the panelists so that I will not get the time to grill them. So now my next panelist is Miss Brinda Shine. Ms. Brinda Shine is the Dean, IMS Group of Institutions, Cochin. She is Director of SNPs Consolidated. She is PhD Research Scholar. She is URF Asian Record Holder. She is an educationist. She was awarded GMRAF Women Educationist Award, Teacher Excellence Award, ESN Best Teacher Guide Award, etc. She presented papers on mind mapping, infinite possibilities, ability learning versus artificial learning, men and machines, SOS, science of saving, rivalry against rivalry, comparative study on tuition centers, give women the hammer to break the glass ceiling, unfocused to improve focus, farming the first appointed job of mankind, you are worth more than your waistline, etc. She holds certificates in item member foundation level, Cambridge University, INET Plus certified from Competia, Microsoft certified professional. She is member of International Association of Educators and Corporate Trainers. She has vast work experience in India, UAE, and China. Welcome, Ms. Brinda Shine on our show. But before that, I will be taking the opinion of our viewers. First opinion has come from Ms. Hemlata, former airport manager, Chennai. And she says, being a housewife is the toughest job. Being a housewife is the equivalent of at least 6 people's job. You are bringing up the next generation, the most challenging with more responsibilities, and women are blessed as goddesses, as housewife is not an easy task. Housewives are the backbone of the nation's healthcare system and culture. We have to treat them with dignity and respect. These are the views of Ms. Hemlata, former airport manager, Chennai. One more view has come. That has come from Dr. Madhur Gupta. She is the Dean of St. Francis Business School as well as Director of St. Xavier's College, Bangalore. And her view is, no job is easy in the world. Being a housewife can be a choice or an adjustment to running a family, raising kids, supporting parents, in-laws, and taking care of housework as a woman. But in any case, it can never be any woman's passion or dream. Tell me which girl grow up with the mindset of being a housewife in the future. So in my opinion, all women should follow their passion in life. They should earn something to be independent and confident. Work can be from home or anything they like or suitable for the family. As women lose themselves being in a full-time unpaid job as housewives. These are the views of Dr. Madhur Gupta. She is the Dean of St. Francis Business School as well as the Director of St. Xavier College, Bangalore. Ms. Brinda Shine, you have heard Dr. Urvashi Mittal, Dr. Ruxana Hassan, as well as Advocate Anita Mahapatra, as well as the opinions of our viewers. You being yourself in an educator, housewife also, and in the education also, and a lovely mother also. Now, keeping all those works together, as earlier panelist mentioned, that the housewife job is very, very difficult. All our, except one male opinion, almost all the female opinions have come to us. Because I asked one of my friend why he's not sending the opinion. He said, no, this is not our subject. So this is the mindset. The male chauvinism, I always say, the mindset of the male is that they consider, still in India in the 21st century, consider the women as a second-class citizen of the country, not at par at all. Keeping in all this mind, although you have done something, you are saying that give the hammer to women to break the glass ceiling. Which glass ceiling you are talking anyway? We would like to know from you first about the today's topic, housewife an easy job. Ms. Brinda Shine, please.
Happy morning, sir, and to the viewers and all the panelists. Thank you so much, Ms. Hemlata and Mother Gupta. So, having said that, the quote, like, housewives are the backbone of nation's culture and healthcare system is very true.
Miss Brinda Shine, some disturbance is coming. Either you have to remove your headphone or you have some disturbance. Just see without headphone. Yes. Are you ready? Because I want that voice should be clear. Yes.
Is it clear now, sir? Sir, it is not from mine. It's from someone. Is it clear now?
Okay, better than the earlier one. So please go ahead.
I don't know. From somewhere, I'm also listening to. I don't know if anyone's mic is on.
No,
anyways,
no.
Okay. Hello.
Go ahead.
Hello. Yeah. So actually, the full form when we say talk about wife, I would say the full form of wife is work invited forever. Being a housewife or a career woman, it is always work. And the only difference between the housewife and someone who works is the salary that they get. Housewives are someone who are not paid. But once a girl gets married, it's like she's inviting hell a lot of work into her. She becomes complete responsible for a family, complete responsible. She takes the responsibility of even, a minute thing that has to happen in the family. It becomes as such. She has to, it's in her shoulder. So me being a working person, I see a lot when a women is not that only the housewives go through this. Even while they work, they have to balance between the both. For example, yesterday something happened in my office, like one of the staffs, the child was coughing and was having it was a very small health issue where the mother-in-law called her and said, like, I cannot manage, you just come over and the child is coughing for a long time. It's just a matter of giving a cough syrup. Even that they expect the girl to take a permission or leave from the office, go back. And I was thinking, can't she call her son? She wouldn't do that. The first thought that comes is the responsibility of raising a child is that of a mother and not that of a father. And when men work, it is seen as if like it's given more seriousness or importance. And for women, it's like it becomes a prerogative right that she has to take care of it. So that is there, and I would never blame a man, because it is clearly there are theories. Men are from Mars and women are from Venus. So expecting a man to understand a woman completely is not possible. To an extent, they are. But most of the cases, it is a woman who creates a problem for another woman. When I see they are mother-in-laws, they are mothers, they should also understand when a woman comes home, like being a housewife, I've been through this, or I know what the pain is. But instead, there is a revenge mentality. There is the difference. More than men, it is created by women. That is the state. Having said that, I wouldn't say that changes are not happening. Changes are happening. If we compare, like my parents or grandparents' time, the wife was supposed to eat the leftover, the plate, whatever the husband ate and left, she was supposed to eat from the same plate. I don't know if this existed in North India, but in Southern India, it was very much there that the wife, she can't even sit along with the husband and have food, which slowly changes are happening, but still we have long way to go because it is not recognized. So I do not want to talk much on what all women, which like most of the panelists have spoken. There is one area which has to be really addressed is the depression that is like, the housewives are suffering from. It is alarmingly going high. One area, like for a man, when he goes out and works, he sees people, he talks to them, he has lots of things to share. Whereas for a woman, her world is inside the four walls, and whole day she completes all her work and waits for her children to come back, her husband to come back, where she can share something. She wants to know what's happening in regards to their workplace, or it could be any conversation. But for a man, when he comes back from work, he's completely exhausted. And he doesn't want to, he wants to be in front of a television or be busy with his mobile phone or his friends or watch a cricket match or football or whatsoever. Whereas for a woman, she doesn't get that time to spend, which is never addressed. And that's how the depression rate is going really high. So this understanding should come in men, that I do understand you have your busy schedule, you have your work and work pressure, but you should invest time with your wife and ask how her day was, or at least share how your day was. And that small things makes a big difference in that woman, and she feels that, you know, she is appreciated, she's like, you know, that person respects her. Such small things can be done. And one more thing, the work that women is, if we could see the national income, the work done by women is not included. Even in GDP, they said it's not included because it cannot be measured. It is so much high. And though they do so much, they are not paid. And we have to appreciate the Venezuela government. Since 2017, they are paying 180 US dollars a month to the housewives. Such initiative should come in India too. You know, in especially in rural areas or in developing cities, I would say most of them cannot afford for a housemaid, and housemaid's charges more than even, you know, some people's salary here in Kerala. To get a housewife, still it's a challenge. And you know, they charge 1,000 a day. There are people who charge 500 a day, and not every family could afford that. So either the government, I don't know how far it is possible, from the tax collected, or the husband should have the basic responsibility of paying a salary, an account in a women's, you know, a bank or something, that she has a backup and she doesn't have to feel that she is completely dependent on him. You know, a wife can be independent no matter what. She is working or she is a housewife. This independence should be given by a man to a woman. And a survey was conducted where it was seen that men works 80% and women works 84%. A housewife works 84%. A survey was conducted in 2011, and this was the status that is came. But this has not come, you know, to the limelight, or it is not rejected outside. And if you could see the leaders who are there, you know, like most of these leaders are grown up, like they were brought up by the housewives. So underestimating them and bringing them down is not really justice. So it is definitely not an easy job. So me being working, like I've been working for, it's almost going to be 25 years, and I took a break in between. And trust me, it was one of the difficult things, not because I was having too much of job, but I was kind of feeling like everyone is busy and you're at home. And I personally, myself, I went through the plight of being a housewife, how it is. And definitely it is not easy. It does bring depression on you. You feel like you are not wanted. No one is giving you. You do not have, you know, a space to share yourself. So, I would say I wouldn't blame men at all on this, because and making like a men understanding is the last thing I would say. But at least women at home should understand, and wife is definitely not work invited forever. She should be treated with care and affection. Considering the paucity of time, I'm just rushing and stopping here. So
thank you very much, Ms. Brinda Shine, for giving your views. And she is also very, very clear that the housewife job is very, very difficult. It's not easy, and they are going for the depression more than the working women. So this is a very clear views of Ms. Brinda Shine. Thank you very much. Now I would like to invite my last but not the least panelist guest with us. She's Miss Karishma Chhatrapati. Miss Karishma Chhatrapati is an award-winning emotional wellness expert and an inspirational writer. She has over 20 years experience in the field of mental and emotional health as life coach, psychotherapist, counseling psychologist, birth, work, meditation and mindfulness mentor, lifestyle consultant and corporate trainer. Miss Karishma is known for her literary powers. Miss Karishma is known for her literary prowesses, flair as a wordsmith. Her first published work was a short story which was included in Royal Book at Bedtime UK when she was just 8 years old. She has also been nominated for inclusion in the Who Will Be Who in the 21st Century by the International Biographical Center, Cambridge. She has compiled the acclaimed series Precious Gems of Wisdom, as well as a coffee table book on Sri Sri Ravi Shankar titled New Age Wisdom from Ancient Knowledge by Magna Publishing Company. Filmy Chick was a passion project written in collaboration with Shweta Ruharia. The key topics she addresses as a speaker include wellness, inspiration, motivation, stress management, emotional intelligence, meditation, and mindfulness, and coping with grief. Welcome, Ms. Karishma Chatpati, on our show. But before that, I would like to read the opinions sent by our viewers. First opinion is from Mr. Sanjit Ghosh. He is the CEO of SKG Worldwide, Vadodara and Anand. Being a housewife or a homemaker is not an easy job. A housewife, like a manager from the corporate world, requires to undertake time management, multitasking, resource management, job delegation, financial management, learning and development, and within bracket he has mentioned, particularly for the kids and at times for the husband also. Future planning, again within bracket, goals and objectives. Hence, being a housewife is not an easy job, but akin to a corporate assignment, but may be limited within the four walls of the house. These are the views of Mr. Sanjit Ghosh, who is the CEO of SKG Worldwide, Anand and Vadodara. The other opinion has come from Dr. Jaslene GM, and he's the Director of Academics, Skill Smith India. And he says, it is not too late in India for husband becoming house band as our country aspires westernization. So husband to becoming house band was the view of Dr. Jaslene GM, Director Academics, Skill Smith India. So these are the views. And now Miss Karishma Chatpati, you are being a psychotherapist, you are a counselor also, you might be getting many cases from both types of women, the housewife as well as a working wife. Definitely you might have assessed all, but we would like to know from you, housewife and easy job. Miss Karishma Chatpati, please.
Good morning to you, Mr. Lal, and to all my eminent co-panelists out here. I've been listening to all your perspectives, and I really appreciate how we celebrate womanhood together. We appreciate our strength and our power. Keeping in mind that I want to keep this really short and sweet so that we get beautiful questions from Mr. Lal, I would like to first begin with, can we stop calling ourselves housewives and start celebrating ourselves as homemakers? Because a house is made up of four walls. That is a house, it is a structure. And that is where then we do relegate ourselves to the bottom of the pit where our position in society is concerned. We are homemakers because home is where the heart is. Home is where the emotions are experienced. So we are not housewives, we are homemakers. We make our homes. We are the ones who become the punching bags of everyone. We are Shakti, we are Stris, we are power. So when we say that our job is difficult, that means that we are taking from ourselves the power of being a woman. Yes, it comes with its own hardships. Yes, it can be difficult. But by constantly believing that it is not easy, we are disempowering ourselves rather than empowering ourselves. We have great big shoulders. We have a big heart. Our children depend on us. Our elders depend on us. Our husbands depend on us. You know, when I was growing up, my grandmother would say that a woman's role is not just that of cooking and cleaning, but she's the finance minister of the household. Because in the good old days, the man would go and hand over the money to her and have her distribute and decide how the finances are done. So wahi gadda jisme the pot in which the woman would collect the money would be enough to even get the children married and settle them on in life. Because they didn't whine about it being easy or difficult. They knew they had a responsibility. And with great responsibility comes great power. So my dear fellow women out here, don't term it as easy or difficult, but recognize that you have great power because of that great responsibility as a woman first. From the day we are born, we are nurturing our homes. The way a girl child is celebrated Yes, I agree. In many rural places, maybe not, but yet, घर की लक्ष्मी बेटी होती हैं. A daughter is the Lakshmi of the home. And when she gets married also, she is considered the Lakshmi of a home. Because we don't stand for our own status, we believe that we are small because we have the job of a housewife. That is why we get bullied. Through my career in over 25 years, I have been helping women across domains. And the simplest thing that I can do is change their mindset from being powerless to recognizing their power, their Shakti. Because even mythology across the world proves to us that the power on which this world is existing is a power of Shakti, the power of women, the power of the ability to give birth, to sustain, and to give life. Is that easy? Who said so? Is that difficult? Who said so? Because remember, your responsibility is to create beautiful human beings through your womb, through your nurturing. And isn't that so noble? Because the child who grows into the human being of tomorrow, contributing to society, has come from you, through you. Your husband who goes out there to work, goes out there peacefully and does a great job because of you. So empower yourself and recognize that you are the power of your home and not the wife of the house. You are a homemaker. I just wanted to bring that in. It's a little different perspective from whatever I've been listening to. And I would like to hand it back to you, Mr. Lal, because I really do understand that it's been very long right now. So I would really want to hand it over to you at this point.
Thank you very much, Ms. Karishma Chhatrapati, for giving your views, very, very clear views. And you have made a point why we have kept the topic housewife, it should be homemaker. Yes, but we found in India, when you use the word homemaker, it to be that it is for the elite society, not for the general society, because it's still housewife is a common name. Earlier, I wanted to put a homemaker, but I saw one show recently on Sony where they have celebrated housewife, and they use the word housewife, and then I realized, yes, in India we have to use it because we want to reach to all the common people also. So sorry for that, but I understand that we have to go for that. Thank you very much. Now I will go for the interesting round, that is the question answer round. My first question goes to Dr. Urvashi Mittal. Dr. Urvashi Mittal, straight question, and I want your straight answer. Working wife is more important than housewife. Reason is very clear. She has to cook the breakfast, the lunch, see the tiffin of the children are ready, then pack everything, the lunch for the husband, and then she has to rush for the work, come and listen everything from the bosses, see all the take all the tensions, come back in the evening, again listen all from the in-laws, listen from the husband, and cook the food, keep everything ready, sleep in the late night, again the same routine for next day. So don't you think the working wife is more important, or her job is more difficult than the housewife? And that's why the topic says today the housewife job is an easy job. What you say, Dr. Urvashi Mittal? Please unmute.
Sir, the way you made it sound, obviously that will look like more difficult because we are treating it 2 units and we've discussed it before. So I will say, let's not go into comparison. The ladies who do just that, that's equally difficult because they have to juggle. If you think they juggle just one thing, they have to be best at that. People expect them to be best. But here, yes, she still gets some doubt sometimes. Okay, she's juggling with so many things. So if she substandard something, that will go. She will still get the sympathies of people, okay, because she's doing so many things. So, sir, nothing is easy, nothing is difficult. We all believe in our prarabdha and our destiny. Whatever has fallen on us, that we have to do with the best of our capacity, capability, and we must give everyone their due honor. And for this, as everyone said, we have to correct ourselves first. I will not talk about earning men. It's about the earning women also out there who feel somewhere that the ladies who are sitting at home, who are just housewives, they are doing nothing and their job is easy, because this is what even I face in society at times. So I do not want to waste my positive energies into countering them. I focus on my efforts. So, okay, sir, while I agree to disagree. That is my answer.
Thank you. I agree to disagree. Thank you very much, Dr. Urvashi Mittal. Now, my next question goes to Dr. Rukhsana Hassan. Dr. Rukhsana Hassan, you said this is a unpaid job, and that's why it is very easy. Do you think the government or the civil society should consider very, very seriously that whosoever is getting made the payment to the husband, wherever there is a housewife, the 50% should be credited to the husband's salary and the 50% should go to the housewife, whether it's a government employee or a private corporate employee or anywhere. Similarly, for the business also, the income tax department must see that so much amount has been credited in the wife's account. Do you think then the balance will be there, then the housewife will be considered at par with a working wife or with a working man? What you say about this? Because there is a lot of difference between the social status of a housewife everywhere. In India also now it has come that people always see in a very, very different way. Oh, she's a housewife, she is not up to the mark like those who are working. What you say about this, Dr. Rukhsana?
Very fantastic question. The only thing I would say that if I am my husband's wife, I think my husband should pay me. Why? If you take the government into it, it will be more complications. So the best thing is, if my husband understands what I am, see, the payment may be in any ways. Okay, he gets me a ring, that also is a payment. He gets me a bouquet, that also is a thing. He gets me a gift, that also. But if the husband thinks that, okay, every month as in surprise or as a thing, as a saving, okay, जब भी जो भी पैसा wife के पास होता है वो husband का ही होता है. So if he understands and he tells, okay, for all what you do, I am paying you. I will deposit this in your amount. So I think the first step should be taken from the home, not from the government. Government का तो उसके बाद में हो जाता है. So if the husband takes,
okay,
it's
but
easy.
Dr. Rukhsana Hassan, if a husband would have done it like this, then this today we would have not discussed, because in India the unfortunate part is the man, although I am also a man, we have a male chauvinism, and we are treating the women in not at par. That is the reason.
True.
That's why the suggestion is that the corporates who are making the payment to the husband, after all, because if there is a housewife, they should understand that if housewife will not prepare the food, not take the care of the home, then this person who is working at the government organization or working in the private organization cannot work efficiently. So that's why the salary should also be divided. Anyway, thank you very much. You have made your point. My next question goes to Advocate Anita Mahapatra. Advocate Anita Mahapatra, my question is very, very simple to you. Who is happier, housewife or working wife? Advocate Anita Mahapatra, can you hear me?
Key question you have asked. Can you hear me?
We can hear you now.
Yeah, it's a very tricky question you have asked. I'll tell you, everyone is happy with their. I have already mentioned in my talk that you should be given your choice to choose your profession, that is a profession of housemaker, homemaker, or a profession of going out and do job. So everyone is happy in their job, whatever they do. Like housewives are happy with in their home, taking care of their husband, their kids, and girls, ladies who are working, women, they are also happy with their work. This is, I believe. However, in your previous question, I would just like to mention one thing. Even housewives are entitled to file returns. They ITR, they file ITR. You have to file the 0 ITR return file. And if you are being paid by your husband or from any other source, like there is an account and some amount has been deposited in your account, and of course it's a lower bracket than 2.5 lakhs, then you don't have to file return. But yes, 0 file returns has to be done by housewife also. So it's not that you are not being paid or you are being paid. So that's about
whether money is coming or not, or it's just a tax planning. The husband wants to just make to pay less tax, come in the lower bracket, so they just give some money to the wife. That is the reason, or do the business in the wife's name, although she is just a signatory. This is very common in India, we have seen. Anyway, thank you very much, Advocate Anita Mahapatra. My next question goes to Miss Brinda Shine. Very straight question. Whose work was tougher, traditional housewife or modern housewife?
Obviously, it is traditional housewife because they did not have all these electronic gadgets and they had a lot of work to do. Comparatively, now it is very less, I would say.
But Miss Brinda Shine, today the problem with the modern housewife is how to keep the children's demands, the pressure which they are getting right now. Today, upbringing of a child is very tough than at the earlier time. I differ with your this answer, but I am sure the other families are also feeling the same. Because today, although I'm going to keep this topic in a very in my next or some forthcoming media conference, where the topic will be traditional parenting versus modern parenting, and then we will analyze this thing. But anyway,
I still go with my statements, sir,
okay,
because I have my own reasons.
I will take you in the next my forthcoming conference, and we will see in that also. Anyway, thank you very much for making your point. Now, my last question goes to Miss Karishma Chhatrapati. Miss Karishma Chhatrapati, being a counselor, who you are facing, you are getting more patients or more from housewife or working wife under depression, as Miss Brinda Shine has mentioned, that lots of depression to a housewife. What is your experience and what is the reason?
So very honestly, I tell you, I do get a balance where the cases are concerned, whether it is the homemaker, the housewife, to address today's, the housewife as well as the working women. The issue is that women, we keep saying that women talk, but they do not share their emotions. And most of the issues that we face is because we are not sharing the truth of our emotions, because we're so scared of bearing out our hearts, being judged, and being disempowered. So whenever the women do come to me, irrespective of being a housewife or a working woman, it's all about her being able to bring out her emotions to be healthy, because she becomes a punching bag of everyone else's. She becomes the confidant for everyone. So that is where the issue is, irrespective of where she is. Yes, I do feel that the housewife faces a lot more because she's more enclosed within the four walls. Whereas for the working women, their kind of issues are different because they at least have an outlet when they go out and they work, and they'll have a colleague to speak to. So there is that kind of a difference in the issues. But the most important thing, dear women out there, we all go through our hormonal issues. They trigger emotional issues. The emotions further trigger our hormones. Talk to somebody, bare your heart, and don't worry about being judged. That is what I would say, irrespective of where you are.
Okay, thank you very much. So viewers, we have seen today the housewife job. We always say, say that in India, we are giving the full importance, as one of the panelists says, we are Durga, we are Shakti, but that is only when we celebrate no Durgas. Otherwise, what we are doing, how we are treating the housewives, we treat them in a very different way. Not we only, the civil society also treat them. Their first question, they ask, oh, where she's working? Are you not working? And then we just see what type of message we are giving to that housewife. Is housewife work is small? As one of the panelists said, try to clean the house. Forget about the toilet. Even you just swipe your room, bedroom, or the living room, you will find, then you will see how much work she is doing. Are we giving that respect to them? I think my suggestion is very clear. We must consider, we must have a national debate on this subject. The government should come forward. We should involve government. We should involve the social services clubs, societies. We must see to it. After all, we are having a population where 70% is in a rural area. We have to see the conditions there. We must give them some support so that the exploitation of the women can be stopped. And then only we can say that India can become Vishguru. Until unless our housewives are not happy, we cannot claim that India can be a Vishguru. Thank you very much. And today's program is brought by V4 News, Karu News, V4 Stream, Malnadu TV India, News Gaon se Samvad Sarokar News, Bharat Post News, Gyan, as well as shown on Facebook and YouTube. And our endeavor is to enlighten you with the current topics. Our only request to all the viewers are that whenever they want, to send some suggestions. Please keep it within 50 words so that we can take more and more opinions in our conference. And please write to us so that we know that what type of topic you want. We are not a tutu meme channel. We want to hear from the experts. So the message should go. And if you have any suggestion, please do write in our comment box. Thank you very much. And thank you all the viewers for watching our show. And thank you very much, Dr. Urvashi Mittal. Thank you very much, Dr. Rukhsana Hassan. Thank you very much, Advocate Anita Patra. Thank you very much, Ms. Brinda Shine. And thank you very much, Ms. Karishma Chatpati, for giving and enlightening all of us. And thank you all.